Yo, what's going on, everybody? So today I'm gonna be making a video. Obviously you read the title, is gonna be about how to dominate a game as a medic. Now personally, medic is my favorite class to use just because I like to heal myself all the time. You have infinite heals as a medic. People say the guns are a little bit underpowered, but I'm able to make do with what I have. And usually when I'm playing a game, I'm usually at the top of the lobby as a medic. No matter what class I play, I usually am at the top just because I'm a good player. But obviously I have to know how to use the medic class if I'm going to be at the top of the scoreboard every game. And usually that's what ends up happening. So because of that, I'm going to be bringing you some tips and just telling you what to do to be at the top of the lobby, have the highest score, highest KD, all of that. If you want to become like that, just watch this video, listen to what I'm gonna say, and hopefully it helps. But so this gameplay, I think I went 55-7. Obviously I was at the top, and I was able to do that just because of all the things that you can do as a medic. Now your main role as a medic is obviously reviving people, and you want to just provide your teammates with health at all times. So that's the main thing that you're going to be doing when you're playing. Other than that though, one thing that you should be doing if you're playing a game like Grand Operations or Breakthrough, if you're playing Breakthrough, let's say, and you need to push up to an objective and there's like an open field where there's not really much cover, if you are coordinating with other medics, you should all just shoot your smokes at the same time, but don't shoot them in the same exact spot. Obviously spread them out so that you can have more cover within a wider area and just push up to the objective, because you're not going to be able to get through there with people laying in the back with snipers and LMGs and all that if you don't have any sort of cover. So you're going to want to use smokes as that cover. And you can use smoke grenades or you can use the smoke grenade rifle. Personally, I don't use the smoke grenades, I just use the rifle because I feel like it has enough already. And I just don't like to have a non-lethal as my throwable item. Usually I just use incendiary because I like the burn damage that it does. But it's up to you what you want to do. That's when you're attacking an objective, you want to be shooting those smokes, throwing those smokes, allowing for your teammates to push up, because if you're just getting pinned down, you're gonna lose the game. Nothing you can really do. But as for defending, when you're defending an objective, a lot of people typically don't run medic because you're just sitting back. Most people would prefer to use support or recon just because you're defending, so obviously you're not really making an advance towards an objective, you're sitting back, and that's what people like to play. People like to play very defensive in this game. Me, I'm not one of those people. If you play defensive, you're not really going to be at the top of the lobby most of the time. Playing offensively, always being aggressive, doing things like that is what's going to give you the highest score and make you the best player in the game. That's how I play in every single game, unless I'm sniping. But even then, I might be a little aggressive at times. Yeah, so when you're defending, what you want to do is, obviously your teammates, they're not all going to be running medic, so you want to provide them with health as much as possible, whether that be the medic crate or the pouches. Personally, I use the pouches just because I just think they're better. The crates, they got a little bit of a buff recently, so I mean you can use that. It doesn't really matter. If you see a whole bunch of teammates there sitting in one area, you might want to throw a medic crate down and right in the middle between them, and it'll start healing them. Or you can just use the pouches and spam the button that throws the medic pouch to whoever needs it. You end up resupplying them with health, which is always good, because whenever I'm not running medic and I need health, it feels good to have someone throw me a medic pouch and have my health not only regenerate but also give me one to use for myself. That helps your team, because obviously you're not a one-man army. You're going to need your team alive to defend an objective. And if your team is not alive, then you're going to lose. So increasing your team's survivability is always, a good thing that you can do to help win your games. And you're just going to be racking up your score as you keep tossing the medic pouches left and right, because they're going to be getting hit up. And most players, they use up their medic pouch, the one that they have, very easily. They'll get hit once or twice, and they just use it right away. Like, you know, they don't understand that your health can regenerate to 100 depending on how much damage you took. They don't care. They see that they got hit and they're just gonna use their medic pouch right away. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna keep resupplying them with more medic pouches, because you know that's just gonna allow you to get a lot more score, and it's gonna increase your teammates' survivability, and you know it's gonna help you win your games. Now, besides just being a support, you know, like it plays a supportive role. I mean, it kind of does, but you can make it play in a different way. And the way I always make it is I always go on the aggression. You know, I try to revive as many teammates as possible. I shoot smokes over them because I know I need my teammates alive. I can't do it by myself. But sometimes I am able to do a lot by myself just because I'm a good player. If you're a good player, you know you can get done a lot just by being aggressive and, you know, not being afraid to go out on your own sometimes and take matters into your own hands. And what I mean by that is sometimes you might have to go by yourself and take out a group of enemies, you know, just play aggressive and not really be worried about dying as much, because when you're a medic you can play aggressive. Like I said, you have infinite heals. You can take a few shots, you know, take some damage and just duck behind cover, heal up, you know, go back out, because most of the players that you're playing against, they're not going to be medics. So once you deal some damage to them, they might deal some to you, but you're a medic, so you can heal, but they're most likely not a medic, so they'll be able to heal one time, if that, and then that's it. So then they're done. You know, after you're at 100 health, they're at 50, and you have the advantage right there. And usually that's how it goes. You know, whenever I'm playing as a medic, I'm always at the top of the lobby, like I said, you know, reviving people left and right, providing them with medic pouches, you know, healing them, and also just killing a lot of the enemy players. As a medic, I like to use the Sten. The Sten is my favorite gun. I think the Sten and the MP40 are the best medic guns. The Tommy gun is okay. I'm not really a big fan of it. You can use it though if you're good with it. But I like to use the Sten just because it's accurate and I can cross map people with it. You know, it's an SMG, so it doesn't have the best range, but you know, it's pretty good at range, you know, for an SMG. So if you know how to make it work, you can really, you know, deal a lot of damage with it. Just use whatever gun makes you feel comfortable. Obviously, you might want to use a gun that's more adept to the map that you're playing on. So if you're playing on maybe Devastation or something like that, you might want to use more of a higher fire rate weapon, because there's not too many long range engagements on that map. It also depends on the game mode you're playing. Just doing all those things that I said is really going to help you increase your score. You know, you also, you know, being squad leader, if you're having a high score, you know, you get to call in your V1 or JV2 rocket, you get to call in your sector artilleries, all of that. And you know, those can really change the tide of the game. If you're pushing on an objective and you need a lot of enemies dead and you have enough for a rocket, you know, you call it in at the right time, the right place, that can win you a game right there. And all because you were being a good medic throughout the game, reviving people, giving them health, getting a lot of kills. Getting a lot of kills is probably one of the most important things. So I mean, you don't have to get a lot of kills to be a good medic, but if you're a good slayer, then you'll have a higher chance, you know, of really being at the top of the lobby. And as for being, you know, just better at the game in terms of surviving and all that, I'm gonna make more tips and tricks videos, or just more guides to help you with that too, if you're not really good at staying alive, you know, having a good KD, because that's obviously going to be a big part of being a good medic, is just being able to stay alive and have your squad mates spawn on you. But if you're not really good at that yet, you know, you don't really survive too many engagements, then, you know, hopefully I can provide a video soon in the future to help you with that too. But for now, you know, this is the medic guide. If it was helpful, hit the like button, consider subscribing. You know, just stay tuned. I got more things like this coming soon, man, in the future. So yeah, that's it. Peace.